Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kimberly. Today I'm doing my Sunday reset. It's the day I picked, if I'm not traveling, to reset my home and prep some meals for the week. I go through my pantry, fridge, and freezer to see what I have on hand to use up so I won't waste food. As I'm going through my freezer, I found plenty of meals to make for my husband and I, but in this particular video, I'm just going to share meals I made for myself for the week. I found some banana nut bread that I made a while back. I actually forgot about it. So I pulled that out so I can have it in the morning to eat alone, as I drink my coffee. I found Impossible beef and Beyond beef. It's a plant-based alternative for meat. And I found some corn tortillas. So I'll show you what I did with those two ingredients. And I have some chicken and things like that. The other thing I do to reset my home is if I'm running low, like on flour, sugar, some rice, I will prep those, restock those for the week. And I'm showing you here. Here's all the seasonings that I use. And I use this one container that once it was empty, it's my everything bagel seasoning bottle. I just mix them all together, no measurements. And once I put everything in there, I shake it up. And all I have to do is when I get ready to season anything, I just sprinkle that on there and all the ingredients is mixed and blend together. I try to make everything really quick and simple when I'm cooking because I get very frustrated. I don't like to cook, but I need to eat and I need to prepare my own meals so I don't feel sick after eating. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to try to make it, as easy and simple on myself as I can. And then I needed to fill up my rice. That was the only thing that I need to fill up this time. I did my flour and sugar actually last week, so I didn't do that this week. And I'm showing you my coffee. I already had this coffee on hand. I didn't go out to buy any coffee this week. I have a lot of coffee on hand actually, but this one has been in my pantry for a while and I like to keep a rotation going. So I pulled this coffee out and then I'm going to use it until I use it all up. So I'm just showing you my container that I put it in for my coffee. Now on to the meals. The first meal I made is my plant-based or vegan gluten-free lasagna soup. I'll show you all the steps that I took to make it. How did I do this? I think I saw this recipe a lady on YouTube here. She doesn't make videos anymore, but she made this and she used the Impossible beef and I went out and I bought it. And then I got sidetracked and I didn't make it, but I decided to make it. And come to find out, I don't like the Impossible beef. And I'm trying to figure out, because I know when I've traveled and I've had plant-based burgers and stuff, I could have swore they said some of that was the Impossible beef, alternative meat. But I just didn't like it in this soup. So I don't know. So I'm thinking maybe I got confused and it was always the Beyond beef, because the Beyond beef I actually like. So I did the most here in the kitchen, went through all the steps, and here it is. I made it. And when I tasted, I was like, no. I waited till it cooled down and I just threw it out. And then I had to regroup. And so what I did is I pulled out my chicken breast. I had some of it in my deep freezer and I made chicken fajitas, and I actually made chicken fajitas last week, but I went ahead and I made chicken fajitas again, and I had it with salad, and I had it over some rice. Let's see, what else did I have it over? Oh, with lettuce and stuff. So, I made it into like on top of a salad. So it was okay, because eat a lot of repeated meals anyway, so it was all right. Then I moved on to, I made my plant-based, gluten-free or vegan enchiladas. And let me tell you, these were absolutely delicious. So Beyond Beef is my favorite plant-based meat. So I won't mess that up anymore. I will just stick with Beyond Beef. This was quick and easy. I didn't have any cheese. I didn't want any cheese. I find that I do better without cheese, so you won't see all that. I didn't cut up any onions, nothing. I just made this as simple as possible. And I mean, this took me, with everything with prep and everything, just say 30 minutes. Making and rolling them up, putting them in the oven to cook, because it doesn't take that long to cook, because plant-based meat is not like a regular ground beef. It doesn't take that long to cook. But this was absolutely delicious. And I had this enchilada sauce that I got from Fadi. It's a company, it's like people with sensitive stomachs. So I had that on hand, so I used that. And actually I need to do another order for that, but I'm waiting for their sale. But I put that on top, and it was so good. And my husband was like, yeah, he's really picky. Like, he doesn't like that, plant-based stuff. But he was like, oh no, this is good. So I had that. And then I made, on Friday, we both had catfish with potatoes. And I had some baked chicken drumsticks with rice. And that was it. That took me through the week. And I drank, like, I had coffee in the morning, like for breakfast. I had hot tea, and I made some iced tea as well. And then the rest of it, I just drank some water for, my beverage. And then I had snacks like chips, and I had some nuts that I could eat, little snacky things like that. I did have a little bit of fruit that was left over from last week, but I was great for the week. I was really happy that I didn't have to go to the store, because it's cold here, and y'all know I don't like cold weather. So it was a win-win, but I know next week I'll probably have to go to the store and get a few items. So yeah, that was my meals for the week. Let me see. One other thing, let me show you, is that I had a bell pepper that was left over from last week. I didn't eat it. I will just insert a clip here of, I filmed it before when I had made it one time, so I'll just show you what it looks like when I make the bell peppers. But I had a bell pepper one of those days too. I remember that. But yeah, so that is it. That concludes my meals that I had for the week and my no spend grocery shopping week, And the last thing that I do once I go through my pantry, fridge, and freezer, and if I spend money, I will go back through, is that I relook at how much money do I have left for the month. And I will insert a clip of how much money I have left in my grocery envelope, so I will know that, oh, okay, I got 2 more weeks left, and this is all that I have to spend for the next couple of weeks, and I do everything I can to stay within that budget, so I won't, bust my budget for the week. Let's see, because Thanksgiving is week after next, so I should be good with this money that I have left over. I have $175, as you will see here in the clip that I show you from my cash envelopes. All right, well, that's it. That's all that I have to share for today. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye.